I am. Hello, welcome in, everybody. It is Monday at Main Street Today time. I hope you had a great weekend. It was a busy weekend. Got to see a lot of things, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of that information with you this week, including an album release for an artist named Jill Riley. This had an album release party at the Virgin Hotel in Nashville around Music Row last night, and it's going to be there's so many things to talk about, so many things to do, but the most important of what we're going to talk about is the fact that it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And throughout this week, there's a lot of important things going on this week. Last week we talked about breast cancer awareness and the new license plates in Tennessee and what they fund and how to get your low-cost mammograms. The week before that, we talked about fire prevention, which is big because that's what this month is about as well. Everything gets dry, the leaves get dry, and we put things together like lights and pumpkins and candles come out, pumpkin spice, and everything nice, unless you don't have smoke detectors and your house catches on fire. So we've talked about a lot of things, but we have saved one of the very important things for last, and that is domestic violence. And coming up, we have a story about 15 things. Don't worry, it's not a long story. About 60 seconds, we've got 15 things to let you know what domestic violence can look like, whether you are male or female, because it happens to both. But before that, you got to go to the Nashville Motor Speedway.
It's the biggest racing show of the year, Friday through Sunday, November 3rd through 5th at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. 6 fast-paced divisions of racing on the quarter mile Friday night, pole qualifying and 3 big feature events Saturday night, and the Curb Records Big Machine Vodka Spike Coolers All-American 400 on Sunday afternoon. Racing starts at 6:30 Friday, 5 o'clock Saturday, and 1 o'clock Sunday. Tickets available at Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway.racing or at the gate on race day. It's the 39th All-American 400 weekend, Friday through Sunday, November 3rd through 5th. Get your tickets now.
One in 4 women and 1 in 10 men have experienced domestic violence, which has surged during the COVID-19 pandemic. Many people think that this would never happen to them, but since the shutdowns, more and more people are finding themselves in these dire situations. Know the warning signs that someone may be dangerous. They eagerly rush into relationships, they're persistently jealous, they have unrealistic expectations of you being perfect, they cut you off from family and friends, they blame you for their problems and feelings, they're extremely moody, they have a history of violence, including hurting former partners, children, and animals, and they threaten you or say things to hurt you. For more information about these warning signs and what legal actions you can take to end these types of unhealthy relationships, please contact the Legal Aid Society at 1-800-238-1443 or visit us online at www.las.org.
LAS.org, Legal Aid Society. And they are pro bono. That means they are free. Their services are free, and they've got a lot of people there that can help you in almost any situation. But when it's domestic violence, you need help right away, and you need to know where the legal system can help you get away from a very dangerous situation and get away safely. Well, we're going to check in with my friend Brenda Fielder. She and her family have had a 4-generation company. That's a long time to keep a company afloat and successful and taking care of Middle Tennessee homes. You know, sometimes you just want to update your home because buying a new home, that's a lot. And you can't even find homes these days. But you can do some miracles with just some new siding, maybe new windows, maybe new gutters. Mid-South Exteriors does it all.
Hi, I'm Brenda Fielder. At MidState Exteriors, our custom sunrooms bring the sunshine in without all the heat and the bugs. And they keep you warm all winter while you enjoy the outdoors all year round. They add real value because we build them like your house to match your house. Or let us save you energy by replacing your windows and old siding. And because we have no retail overhead, we come to you and sell direct to you for less. Call us at 833-8003 or visit us at
MidSouthExteriors.com.
You notice they have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. Love my friends at Mid-South Exteriors, and I love our law enforcement folks out there doing good things. I know they use body camera footage a lot of times to try to indict a police officer with what they're doing. But how about when that body camera actually shows that they're doing good things a lot? Let's head to Murfreesboro.
Hey, where are you trying to go? All right, let me just push you. I don't want you to get hit. All right? I'm turning you around. Watch your feet. Watch your feet up.
I like how, if you could see that, it's Officer Jessica Rowe said, it's not just me. Officers here do this all the time. We do things like this all the time. It's not just me. This is part of our job. It's what we do. And I love that. I love their behind the badge stories in the city of Murfreesboro. And I love the body cam footage in action. I think that's incredible. And Officer Jessica, thank you for showing us a way that we can all be better humans. There are a lot of people who would pass by and not stop. And you did. So we appreciate you for that. Well, let's head to Dixon now. We're my friends at Chappell's Grocery Stores. They have got places that's your little home-owned and homegrown grocery stores where they know who you are. It's kind of like Cheers for the grocery business.
At Chappell's, we pride ourselves on offering a wide variety of the freshest fruits and vegetables, handpicked just for you. We have a wide selection of the freshest, highest quality meats that will leave your taste buds craving more. Our friendly staff is always ready to lend a helping hand. We believe in treating every customer like family because at Chappell's, your family is our family. We've been locally owned and operated for over 60 years. You can visit any of our Chappell's locations in Dixon, White Bluff, McEwen, and Centerville.
There are people that call 911 for all sorts of things. If you talk to people who are 911 dispatch, they will say people have called to say, I can't find my remote. Is there any way that you can change my channels? Ridiculous stuff. They have a non-emergency call, like someone is making too much noise in the morning, mowing their grass, and they're trying to sleep. Those are not emergency calls. They probably aren't calls that you need to make at all. But in Franklin has put together the non-emergency line, and I had no idea the policemen in Franklin were this talented.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Well, it's not really an emergency. It's loud music.
Okay, hold just one moment. I'm going to transfer the non-emergency number, okay, so we don't top a 911 line.
When it's not a life or death emergency, dial 794-2513. 794-2513. Yes, 794-2513. My neighbor's music's too loud, you see. Dial 794-2513. 794 794-2513. That's 794-2513. Thank you. I dialed 794-2513 and the Franklin police, they answered me. 794-2513. 794-2513. When it's not a life or death emergency, dial 794-2513. That's 794-2513.
What's the location of the emergency?
There's not an emergency. I need the non-emergency number.
We love you, Jeff Carson. We love you and we miss you every day. God bless you. Well, if you have an emergency, call 911. But if you don't, you tie up that 911 line, and that is a matter of life and death for somebody somewhere sometimes. And just don't do it. And don't have it on speed dial, because you can actually accidentally hit that number. And now 911 is connected and they can ping your phone wherever you are and find you more often than not. So if you call and you have a 911 emergency, but you can't talk, you can just leave your line open. They won't say anything and they can find you. But they will find you and they will come for you. And if you don't mean to call and you don't need to call, they might show up, and then you will have some heck to pay, because there might be a hefty fine. Because if you accidentally call, or you call on a nuisance, for a nuisance 911 call, that is an issue too, and it's punishable with a fine and some misuse. Anyway, let's go to Fred's Flooring right now. If you're looking around and you go, you know what, we're going into the holiday season and I'm just tired of this old ratty carpet. Let's give a Christmas present to each other this year and get some new flooring. Fred's has got your answer.
At Fred's Flooring, we're your source for quality flooring options. Our extensive experience and knowledge in the industry means we have the expertise to get the job done right. From carpet to tile, hardwood to laminate, and luxury vinyl, you have everything you need to find the perfect floor for your home. As the Main Street Award favorite floor store winner for 2023, we know what it takes to satisfy our customers. And with our convenient financing options, you can get your dream floors now and pay over time. Visit fredsfloors.com or call us today.
Hi, I'm Suzanne, the Career and Education Specialist here at the YWCA of Nashville and Middle Tennessee, and I help our clients with resume building, interview skills, finding employment, and seeking any post-education opportunities that they wish. And I want to tell you guys a little bit about a story of a client who was at our shelter recently. She came in with us. She had 2 children and she had another one on the way. And she came in and she was frustrated. She was understandably upset with her situation. So I worked closely with her through all of the hardships. We found a jewelry company that she was really excited about. We put them in contact with her and no one ever responded. So she got very discouraged, but we stuck with it and we came up with this really great idea. There's a nonprofit called Shelters to Shutters. Shelters to Shutters is a nonprofit program that places our clients in housing by giving them jobs in the leasing department or in janitorial positions or in maintenance, and they're able to work at their apartment complexes while they're also earning an income and they're getting free rent. So this was a great opportunity for her. She was super excited about it. So she was able to start earning her income and pocket all of that money, and that could go towards her future for her children and for herself. And then she could also live rent-free in East Nashville, which was a place that she was very excited about. She was actually wanting to live there. So things just really started turning around for her, and her mood from the day that I first met her to the time that she exited had just completely changed. I stuck with her and she stuck with me, and we really built that trust together, and she was able to be successful, and she is now out there. She's got her leasing position. She's got a new baby boy. So she has all 3 of her children. They're in school in the area, and it really made a huge difference in her life. Thank you so much for your donation, because without it, dreams like Chrissy's would never have been possible.
I love the YWCA, not the YMCA. I love them too, but the YWCA in Tennessee and around the country. The YWCA has domestic violence shelters that are all over, but they don't just stop there, giving you temporary housing in an emergency situation. I love donating there, and I believe in giving and finding out things that I can do. And you can get in touch with your local YWCA to find out how you can help, how you can volunteer, how you can donate, because sometimes people show up with nothing but the clothes on their back. And whether it's baby clothes or young kids' clothes, or whether you can help them with some diapers and things like that, and some non-perishable food items to have there in the residences. Those are things that are always important, and they always help. The YWCA is located wherever you are. YWCA.org is how to find a location near you. And they are fantastic. I love that idea. If you didn't catch that with the story, is that finding housing on a more permanent basis, sometimes I can't afford Nashville rent. My kids are in school, whatever, and I can't afford to move or whatever. Finding places where they can work, get paid for their work, and get free rent at an apartment complex or someplace like that for management or janitorial services or handyman services within an apartment complex. So there are creative ways, and the YW helps in those ways as well. Let's head to Wilson County now. There are a couple of local twins, and Barker has a great story with Wilson County Schools.
I am Shelton Hawkins. I'm a mechanical and engineering major from Nashville, Tennessee.
I am Princess Hawkins, health science major from Nashville, Tennessee.
I say for me personally, it was kind of a no-brainer to come to Tennessee State University. On top of receiving finances from Community Foundation and also Tennessee State University applying institutional merit scholarships, it made it a no-brainer to go to a school where you can get education paid for instead of going and acquiring debt from other universities locally. So.
I planned on attending TSU. I am a legacy student. My grandmother attended TSU. My parents also attended TSU. So the best option for me was to attend a place that felt like home. I've been going to the TSU homecoming parade since I was little, since I can remember. So TSU felt like home. And being that I also was awarded a great financial aid package, it made it convenient to attend TSU. I had an amazing guidance counselor my senior year of high school, and she sent me the scholarship for Community Foundation, Middle Tennessee.
My sister, she told me about the Community Foundation, so it was kind of a thing where I was going to piggyback off of her and also apply, and just made it a thing to renew each and every year as I was in college. I would say personally, academics have been instilled in us ever since we were young. Middle school to high school, we've always received honor roll, perfect attendance, principal's list. So our parents really pushed us to have that drive and incentive to make sure we go out and get good grades. And so going to college was, it wasn't too much of a transition because we already had those ideals instilled in us ever since we were young. I would say personally to attend at HBCU has been a blessing. You really are a family with your students and your peers in your classroom. Everyone's, offered a helping hand, throughout my 4 years here at this university, and I feel like I probably wouldn't get that experience anywhere else.
I'd say graduating summa cum laude was a great accomplishment of mine. It was challenging, being that I worked 2 jobs and by choice, and also was involved with student government, the branch of the Student Election Commission, my sorority, Alpha Psi chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, while maintaining that GPA. It was hard, but it was worth it, and I'm proud of myself and just so appreciative of my support team, my family and friends encouraging me along the way.
I would say personally just being proud of myself to, step out of my comfort zone and getting involved with other organizations. So I'm a part of the Student Election Commission, which is a branch within Student Government Association. So to be able to fulfill a certain role and to affect, your peers with promoting awareness for different events, I feel like that's been a great opportunity for me to learn and grow as a person. I would say to be able to attend a local institution and not have to go far away, I feel like it provides a safety net with your family and your friends that are here back home. You don't have to go away and get anxiety or miss your family, that you're miles and miles away. You can always drive back home 15, 20 minutes and kind of recenter yourself. I feel like it's really been a blessing to be able to do that.
I'd say it was great having networking opportunities within our organization to have those outreach events such as campus cleanup, volunteer at elementary schools, and give back through that entity. This May, I will be attending Tennessee State University's Doctor of Physical Therapy program.
A few of my plans after I graduate college will be to go into the working field and also leave the door open to go acquire my master's degree.
I love that story, and I actually meant to play the one from Wilson County Schools. That's coming up. But that one is I had no idea the Community Foundation had so many scholarships. So if you've got a kid that's coming up with school, a lot of people don't realize there are grants and scholarships all the time at the Community Foundation website, Community Foundation of Tennessee. Just Google that. You don't even have to worry. You don't have to know the website, just Community Foundation of Tennessee. And when you go there, there's a search bar and you can put in college scholarships, grants for college, and just see what comes up. Those twins are so fantastic. They are students at MTSU and I just love them. Now the story from Bart about growth in Middle Tennessee schools.
Well, in many places you look throughout Wilson County, you can definitely see lots of signs of growth, new housing developments going up. Highway 109, definitely a hot spot. That's why today's groundbreaking ceremony for the future Legardo Elementary was so important, as it means a new school is coming and relief is on the way. With enrollments on a steady increase in the district, growth in the county means more school builds for the future. And next up is Legardo Elementary. It will be located in the 1600 block of Double Log Cabin Road.
Our student, I think our first of the year numbers is up 700 from last year. And you can see it all of the building that's going on in Wilson County. When you're building houses, you've got kids and then you got to have schools. So that's kind of what we're all up against, here at the school district, county commission, and all the people involved in making things like this happen.
This property will actually be the site of a middle school as well one day. But for now, it's the elementary phase that will come out of the ground first, providing much needed relief to West Elementary and accommodate existing and future housing areas along Highway 109 and points north, central, and west in the county.
It'll cut down on transportation times for students and, make it a more convenient area for parents. And I think it's going to be a great opportunity.
Legardo Elementary will be known as the Captains, and their colors will be red and blue. In a way, many of us are already captains in the county as we continue to navigate the high waves of growth. More traffic, longer lines, you name it. But thankfully, Wilson County government and our Board of Education has full understanding of that and is very supportive of our capital building plans when they are addressed.
The school board definitely lets us know what their problems are and where their needs are at, and then what I've been happy to be a part of is a part of a county commission that loves education and invests in education, and they've already approved the funding for this one, $53.4 million. It's already been approved and in the bank and ready to build here, and then as we go forward, there's other ones that are going to come down the pike. We talked about Central Pike will be the next new one probably that will happen, an elementary school there, and then renovations that need to be done at Lakeview and some other schools, and so those are on the docket. And I'm just happy to be a part of a commission that is believes in education and willing to invest in education.
Legardo Elementary will be a 127,800 square foot build with 45 classrooms, pre-K, CDC, media center, and art spaces. It will have an 1,100 seat gym and have a student capacity of around 1,000. So as the shovels hit the ground today,
and on 1, 2, 3.
one of our future captains even got in on the fun.
Help me lift it. Ready? Say, yay!
Go, Legardo!
Legardo captains!
He and many others will one day see this land turn into this and be an incredible home to so many teachers and students for years to come. This school will be more than a school. It will be a key part of the fabric that makes up the Legardo community.
I think it just gives you a greater sense of community. Whenever you live in Legardo and then you say, well, my kid goes to Legardo, whether it's the elementary, the middle, and in the future we hope to have a high school in this area someday. So it just gives that identity, you know, sense of belonging.
I'm Bart Barker with Wilson County Schools.
The Legardo captains. That's going to be a fun thing. I love that story. I love Bart Barker stories. They're just fantastic. You can follow Wilson County Schools on YouTube. The channel is fantastic. Well, we're getting into a lot of trick-or-treating time, and depending upon the area, some kids will be out on Tuesday on actual Halloween in neighborhoods, and it's very important to watch those kids, to be careful when you're coming home. Do not forget, on that school night of Tuesday, you might be tired. You might have come home from a day of work and you just want to get home, pop open a cold one and sit back, and you don't even realize the little goblins are running around the neighborhood. Well, be sure that you do. And if you are going to pop open a cold one, make sure you're not driving.
And he scores!
Don't forget, some of the trunk or treats and trick or treats are coming up. The one I want to remember, this is actually on Halloween. It's going to be very safe from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can dress up your little goblins, go with them to the businesses along the square in Springfield, Tennessee. The trunk or treat on Saturday at Fisher Park at Royal Park Boulevard in Spring Hill with the Spring Hill Parks and Rec. That's going to be a whole lot of fun. That is Saturday from 5 p.m. until 8 p.m. There's going to be some spooky movies shown in the parks, and there's going to be a lot of free things for kids. And there are a lot of trunk or treats that are going to be safe, and kids get to enjoy that and don't have to worry about any of the dangers they do just knocking on doors in neighborhoods. Not that any neighborhood is bad, but you know, it's good to be safe, and that's what we're going to try to give you, some good, safe places. You be safe, be kind, and remember you are loved, and have a great rest of your day.
We are home, we are family, we are things to do and places to see. Mom and pops, local grown, small business Saturdays. We are Main Street, Main Street, Main Street. We are your Main Street today.